Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Power Lunch Live. My name is Andrea from Altitude Connections. Welcome to all our listeners. Today, we will be featuring and speaking to the beautiful Ruby Brown, a successful Canadian entrepreneur and owner of the eco-luxe brand she founded in 2015 in Montreal. After she was after working as a model in Europe, she decided to share her passion for perfume and launched her first company, Essence Workshop, an inspiring interactive workshop where one creates bespoke perfume. Praised for her work, integrity, and individuality, name brands such as Cirque du Soleil, Luxury Retreats, and Germain Hotels commissioned Ruby to create their bespoke fragrance. Her flair and entrepreneurial spirit soon led to the expansion of her company. The brand aims for the most sustainable development, ensuring quality and meticulous design with a range of select scented products and the mission to keep creativity and commitment to core values at the forefront of the company. Ruby Brown has the unique quality of kindling emotion through scent. I love that sentence. Welcome, Ruby.
Hi, thanks for having me.
My pleasure. My pleasure. I have so much to ask you. I don't know where to start.
I
Tell us
appreciate
Tell us
it.
how you started this business. So you were a model in Europe.
So I was working in the fashion industry from a very young age and was in Paris, spent a lot of time in Paris. I was actually based there for a few years. And it's where I got into perfume. It's where I was immersed in the world of perfumery. And then traveled to Grasse. Grasse is the capital of perfume in the south of France. I don't know if you've ever read the book Le Parfum de
Oh,
Perfume by.
yes. Yeah.
It happens in Grasse, that we call the capital of perfume, and came back to Montreal. Came back to Canada. That was like 15 years ago, and I was like, wait a minute. There's a whole savoir-faire that we do not have here in Canada.
Absolument. That's right.
Then, and if you remember 10, 15 years ago, we didn't even have like the Joe Malone and
No.
l'artisan parfumeur, l'atelier Cologne. We didn't have any of these niche brands back
then. Right.
So I started from scratch and developed that workshop where people can come and create their own bespoke perfume. And so this is really part of our DNA as a brand, but now it's only like a very small percentage of what we do. We now offer mainly amenity products for hotels, a wide area of scented products, so scented candles.
The creams.
What?
The creams.
Yeah, creams, body products, eau de vivre products. So this is what we do.
Okay. That's interesting. I must say, I really enjoy, well, before getting to your workshop, so you created, this is all your scent? Ruby Brown is your scent.
What do you mean?
It's
develop
creation. Yes.
So I work with chemists. I am not a chemist, but I hire chemists with whom I work.
Okay.
So the idea comes from traveling, from colors, from shapes. It comes from different aspects of my life, and I will develop a brief and then elaborate samples with my chemist here in house, and then we will produce it with one of our partners, lab partners.
Okay. Here in Montreal?
Not all. So all of our products are made in Montreal, but we have some components such as some essential oils, some ingredient that will come from abroad. Obviously,
yeah, of course. Okay, and when you say you create bespoke perfume for brands, can you elaborate a little more on that?
So as I said, I started with workshops where individual can come and create their bespoke fragrance. I would have people working for major brands such as Simon's, for instance, such as Cirque du Soleil, and they'd be like, hey, why don't you, we've been thinking about launching a perfume. Would you be interested into making a perfume for a brand. So when it makes sense with our
Mm-hmm.
we have lots of collabs. We always sign because we're very proud of our collaborations. So we do the perfumes for Simon's. We do all the amenity products for Le Germain Hotels.
That's right.
Yeah, across Canada. So
Mm-hmm.
it's growing every year.
Amazing. That's amazing. So it's not that long ago.
No, so we started with the workshop, and then some collaboration with major brands. And after creating thousands and thousands of perfumes and products for others, we were like, wait a minute, let's launch our own brand. And this is
Right.
the Ruby Brown
Absolutely.
brand. This is when the Ruby Brown brand was launched, which is my real name.
That's
So
right.
it was like la suite logique, like we say in French.
Love it. So beautiful. It sounds so romantic. And what would be your favorite scent, Ruby?
Mm, good question. My most profound memories is related to lavender. So
Okay.
I love lavender. Lavender kids can sound pretty basic, but there are different grades of quality in lavender.
Hmm.
I love HE Grand Cru. So just like in Champagne, we have like the Grand Cru de lavande.
That's
And
right.
yeah, I remember my mother putting some lavender essential oil on her pillow when we were little, my sisters and I. Um, and I now work with lavender a lot, and I even use lavender here at the office when I'm stressed, or let's say like I have a big meeting coming up. I will have a sniff
Yes.
of lavender, and it calms you down automatically. It's one of my favorite scents.
Oh, how nice. I'm already just thinking about it. I'm getting
I
more relaxed.
normally have it on my desk. It's not here. It's a little bit further down, but I love just grabbing, like I always have dry lavender, and I just
Okay.
like
Rub it in your
it,
hands.
and
Oh, that's a good idea.
it
I like that.
automatically calm you down.
Nice. I'm gonna try that
Yeah.
next time. I like that idea. So what defines your business with others? Because now it's getting popular, the workshops and creating your own perfume. So what makes you, I
Mm,
know you're unique and you're special, but as a business, what would define you?
yeah. Well, we're an eco-luxe brand. So everything we do is made with purpose. So purpose with
Hmm.
our packaging, with our scent, with our suppliers, and design and perfume is at the core of everything that we do. We so right now a big what inspires me a lot is that we are removing single-use bottles from hotels. We've developed a turnkey offer that is great, all made here in Canada. Uh, so they're refillable bottles with refills. I've got some here on my desk, and this is what you find in all of Le Germain hotels in Canada. And
Hmm.
yeah, so
You have
getting
a nice
hotel.
brand too. You have a nice brand. I really like your brand as well and your
Yeah,
packaging.
design and perfume is really at the core of everything that we do. So our scents are very unique. They can be bold, they can be intense, they can be softer, but they're always like special. They're always very unique. You can recognize a ruby brown scent. You either love it or don't like it, but it
Mhm.
creates an emotion, and this is what we try and do.
That's what you
Yeah.
try and do. That's great. So how many are you in the team now in
So
Montreal?
in Montreal, we are five. We also have a team of five consultants that are here almost every day.
Okay.
We're growing, but we basically how do you say that on sous-traite. How do you say that? We I'm sorry, I'm so French
No,
sometimes.
that's okay.
We
We
don't
could speak
do
French as well.
anything here at the office. We actually work with labs, so we send everything, all of our component to labs.
Okay, like a
No,
consultant.
they're not consultants. They're basically suppliers. So you
Supplier.
have
Okay.
that will produce their own in-house, their
Mm-hmm.
own product, their own, and so their own products in-house. We give it to a third party. So we develop, oversee everything, obviously, but we don't have a lab here in-house.
I see.
It's
Okay.
partner lab.
And is this something you're thinking to do in the future?
No, No, because we always want to be at the cutting edge of what's happening, having the best machinery, the best chemist in the world. So we will work with different labs depending on the product.
Okay.
So we have a lab that creates, let's say, our bath grains, and we have another in Toronto area. We have another lab that is specialized in alcohol-based products, such
Mm-hmm.
as so we work with the best across Canada.
Okay, that's wonderful. It's good to know. So you like to choose the best out of both worlds,
Yeah,
all the worlds.
yeah.
That's great.
And we're not,
And
we're such a
sorry?
that we're not a manufacturer here at the office.
No, no.
We give all production to a third-party lab because it was very well to make sure that everything was made in lab under scientific control
Of
and that
course.
made selon les normes de
De
l'art.
l'art et du travail et des conceptions. Absolument. Very nice. Okay. So if I had to ask you what would be your best investment in business?
Good question. I would say my first trip to Grasse, which is, I talked about it a bit earlier, Grasse, the capital of perfume in the south of France. It
Okay.
really there that I had that moment, you know, le
Yes.
entrepreneurial. And I was like, I must bring that savoir-faire back to Canada. And I did. But it's
And you did. You did.
investment was that trip to Grasse. And I keep going back. I used to go back twice a year. Now that I have a daughter, I don't go back as much. But yeah, I would say that's my best investment.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. That's nice. And you remember it so well.
Yeah. Well, I went a lot. I've been to Grasse probably a dozen of times.
Okay.
And I participated in different workshops and visited different suppliers, raw material suppliers, and it's from that experience that I've developed the workshop that we have today.
I see. Oh, it's from that experience. Oh, and by the way, I joined for all the listeners out there. I've done a workshop with Ruby Brown, and it is so much fun. It's really nice, and it's and you're very personalized. I like that. I must say there was a lot of scents to smell, and not knowing that there was different degrees of spices and florals, and it was so special, so nice. It's something that everyone should try. And is this a workshop that is always conducted by you?
Not always. So, as I said, that's how I started 10 years ago. But today it's just a small part of a business. And I try to be there as much as possible, but I can't always be there. So, we're doing less and less. It's very exquisite. It's, let's say, just once a month at the Ritz-Carlton. We're going to be on pause for the summer, coming back in September.
Okay.
We're so busy focusing on developing other markets, hotel, high-end restaurants, B2C. We're entering more retail addresses as well in Canada. So we just got into Etiquette. I see Simon was there a couple minutes ago. Hi, Simon. Simon from Etiquette. I don't know if you know that store. It's simply amazing. So lots of niche fragrances, Art de Vivre products on Sherbrooke West in Montreal, and also
Yes,
as well.
that's right.
So we're just starting to add some distribution point and to connect with customers, direct customers, because we've been mainly focused on B2B, so dealing
Right.
with hotels and high-end restaurants.
Okay. Okay, interesting. But you're very much into hospitality as well and customer service. I've noticed that.
Very much.
And yes, so I mean, even like I write you an email, you answer, you call, you text. It's nice. It's easy.
Well,
Maybe that's why we get
we're
along.
we're a luxury brand, so like you offer like le nec plus ultra du service concierge. We try to do
C'est
this
ça.
in our industry, and I'm also a people person, so I love to get like feedback. I love to listen to our clients. So yeah, customer service is really important for me, and it's starting to reflect in everything that we do. When people reach out,
That's
when
right.
hotel customers reach out, we try to listen and offer them.
Amazing. Yes, that's great. And Okay, you told us about your best investment. And what advice would you give to a younger version of yourself?
Younger version of myself, pretty cliche, but to be patient.
Yeah, okay.
Take time to celebrate the wins, the good things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's
That's
very
right.
very rare that we just like sit back and see what we've done, what we've
It
done.
is. It is. You're right.
Entrepreneur by definition has to be ambitious, but you got to be careful because ambition can quickly become like a race with no finish line.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a proverb in French that say une course folle sans ligne d'arrivée. So it's important to just take time and savor the wins and the good times.
That's right. It's very important. Are you a perfectionist by any chance?
Of course I am. Of course I am. But
I guess so. I had to ask.
I'm sure you are too. Are you? I'm sure you are too. I mean, in our field, we
Yeah,
have no choice.
yeah.
Every detail matters. Um, However, I used to be like everything had to be at like 110. I got myself a professional coach last year, and
Okay.
I'm managing. I'm learning to be like at. It's okay to be at 95, 98, or even 100. Sometimes it doesn't always have to be 110, so that
True.
you can move
True.
forward and you can grow.
Yes.
You know.
Well, absolutely. Well, what happens when you're at 110 is that not only you don't appreciate, but you don't you're too hard on yourself. I think that's what happens. So it's never enough. You never did great. You don't tap yourself on the shoulder. So I think that would be the only minus about it. So I'm happy you're at 95,
Yeah,
98.
95.
Good.
Deal with it, and so far so good.
Yay.
Comfortable
Good.
5. No, I'm comfortable at 100.
Yes.
Let's say 100.
Yeah, yeah.
10, but now I'm comfortable at 100. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Good. 100 is good. I'm going to try to get there. Okay. So in your line of work, what would you say would be your biggest mistake? Do you have any that you remember or that well, obviously there must be some. I mean, that's our line of work where we learn from our mistakes and we don't want to repeat them. So is there something really that's strong in your mind and you're like, I'm not
No,
going back there?
they're like fun now. I laugh at it. Like I remember this product actually that I have on my desk. Like this
Yes.
candle, okay, is made by and here. It's a 3-wick candle made by and here in Montreal. And when I first did a prototype, that's a really good example of this product.
Okay.
15% wanted to be a perfect product. I think we made something like 50 different prototypes, and it was so expensive
Mm-hmm.
that we were selling like 50 pieces, and I spent a lot of time and energy on that, but they now became my most beautiful champagne buckets. So it's
Oh, okay.
not a, not a mistake after all. So little things here and there that I've been trying a lot of stuff, trying a lot of
That's right.
concepts, but are they a mistake at the end of the day? They're just fun. They're just like
No, absolutely. And it's an experience. We have to try things because if we stay at the same level and if we have this ambition to grow, we're not going to know if we don't try. At least we test and try and see what works and
that.
what doesn't in order to keep or disregard, delete,
Exactly,
add. Yes.
exactly.
Oh, nice. Good. I'm glad. So it wasn't a huge
No,
mistake. And do you take time? Do you take time for yourself? That's something that everybody likes to know.
well, I'm working every day on that balance. I mean, if
Mm-hmm.
balance. But now that I have a daughter, it's really important for me to be there, to be present as much as I can. That's what I want. That's what I'm aiming for.
Okay.
And so what was your question again?
If
I have
if you take time
yeah
for yourself, do you balance? Are you able now to balance after all this mission that you've done?
no,
Are you able to balance personal and business?
not really, not
Okay.
really. But you know what? We're comfortable in our chaos,
Good.
and and it's something that I take time for what's really important for me, which is my daughter, my family life. I do take time. Would I like to take more? Yes, of course. But it's a work in progress. But I'm comfortable in that chaos.
That's right. That's nice.
Where
You know,
else?
as long as you're comfortable and the people around you understand, that helps.
Exactly. I'm lucky enough to be my boyfriend's an entrepreneur as well, so he knows my reality. I know his. So yeah, we have that balance in our chaos.
Okay, great. No, as long as you understand each other, that's wonderful. And if you do take time for yourself, what is your hobby? What do you like to do?
I would like to say that I like to train, but that would be a lie because I do it only like once a week. But I love Pilates. I must say,
Okay.
I love Pilates. I love having a glass of champagne, a glass of wine after work with girlfriends.
See, I told you we get along.
Yeah, yeah. So that's something that I don't take the time to do as often as I would love, but it's something that I enjoy very much. I love to travel more than anything.
Good.
Uh,
Yeah,
Travel
that's not
inspires me, nourishes me. I bring my daughter along now that she's 5. It's so great. She understands, she follows. So yeah, I would say traveling for sure. And I love to run.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay, that's great. Well, it goes back to what you've initially said at the beginning, that now you're learning how to appreciate and value those moments, whether they're business or personal.
yeah.
It's great. And at least you're in that mindset and you
And
have that in your mind.
be present.
Be
I learned
present.
it's pretty recent. I think it comes with age.
I
Uh,
think so.
the kind of thing that you learn, you can understand that when you're 20. It comes with time to fully enjoy the moment, be present in
That's
the
right.
moment, make the
That's
most
right.
out of everything, make the most out of every day. Yeah, I would say that's my mantra.
Okay, that's wonderful. Well, I thank you so much. I enjoyed our present time together, and I'm sure we can go on for another 3 hours if we had the time. But thank you. I really appreciate you taking the time to being on this live and sharing your story.
Thank you so much for having me, Andrea.
My
I will make
pleasure.
lavender.
Thank you.
Thanks. Friday.
My pleasure. Have a wonderful weekend.
You too. Talk to
Okay.
you soon.
All
Bye.
right. Bye, everyone.